Okay, Bob, I don't know if this is any easier or not, so you'll have to excuse the rapid movement. I hope you don't get too dizzy. Basically, I've taken a super. It's actually a shallow super that would normally sit like this, and I put a plywood top on it and stapled it to it, so the top is permanent. You'll see on the left-hand side over here is my air vent, like you have with a valve that I can manipulate the suction. Over on this side is actually a 2-inch, I'm sorry, I think it's 2 1/4, whatever the largest size shop vac hose that I can get for my shop vac. And this is on the in-feed side, so this is where you would attach the hose to suck bees into the box. Now the box is designed to set up vertical. As you can see, I've got a nice handle. This is the way it sets up. Air vent on the bottom, bees go in on the top. That way you've got some volume for the bees to fill up without clogging up where the bees go in. Of course, you want your number 8 screen wire in that hole, and this is nothing more than a screw that allows this flap to close, to cut off, or to create more or less suction. On the back side, this is the hose. This again is another 2-inch coupling that goes to a hose that goes to my shop vac. So I'm actually pulling from over here, bees into the box, air coming out. This, I don't know if you can see in there, has the number 8 screen wire also. Now if you look right here, this is the neat part of my design, is the dovetail that I put in right here, and it's all the way around. So the concept that I came up with was, after I fill it up with bees and I get home, I can set this super on top of my existing hive with my new frames and everything. And you'll pardon me because I don't have a handle here yet, but you can imagine, I'm doing this by myself. If I pull it out to here, such as this, back up where you can see it. Okay, it's sitting on top of the hive. Bees can't get out, but what has happened is, if I flip it up now, you can see the bees fall through the false bottom down into my hive. So when I pull this out, I just leave it on there for a day or so, let them get accustomed to it, and then I can close it up, take it off, and do whatever I want to do from there. And believe it or not, I've had 2 successful extractions on swarms and have not seen a single fatality in the bees. So I've been really pleased with that. Again, on your in-feed, to cut down your suction, you got to make sure you put screen wire here, and also here where it goes into your shop vac, so you don't suck bees into your shop vac. Now, one thing I found was this last cutout I did was extremely large volume, and they had actually stacked all the way up to about here in the box. Plus, I was sucking bees to here, and it cut down a volume several times. I had to shake them and actually beat the whole thing down like that to force them down. So my next improvement is going to be to put a partition wall about 1 inch off of the back of this, and basically it's just going to build a small wooden frame and then a number 8 cloth over the whole thing. That way, if bees are stacking up, I've got a surface area there of about 14 inches by, I don't know, about 4 inches, where they would have to clog completely up to cut down my vacuum. So if bees have blocked this hole, all this down below it hopefully would be open, sucking in the volume to pull more bees across. So you can see the only dead bees I have are the ones that I mashed in here when I was trying to see what I had in my box. But basically, like I said, it's just a rabbit, and this was actually an add-on. This was the box. Had I done this differently, I would have designed it with a slide-in rabbit on purpose, but this was afterthought. So this is actually, if you can see it, it's stapled on, added on this railing all the way across, and basically it's just a 1/2-inch sheet of plywood slides in there. And it fits quite snugly, and it's worked absolutely perfect. So I hope that kind of explains it. If you need something else, please let me know, and I'll help you out any way I can.